instead of hitting the record button, end session.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Oh, dang. Looks like we're not doing it today. Nuts.
Well.
Is it
How
April
are we, Michael?
Fools?
How are we?
We are Marshall.
Yeah.
We are Marshall. You remember that movie?
I remember the movie, but I don't remember that with the clapping.
Yeah, that's what they do at like the very end when the team finally wins after the other team died in a plane crash.
They
And then they're all standing in the stands, and somebody scores a touchdown. We are Marshall.
Wait a minute, the team died in a plane crash, and they still played the game? I'm confused.
No, the team died in a plane crash. This was like in the 70s, I think. And it's a true story.
I thought you meant the team was in a plane crash on the way to play the game, and then the team just took the field and started clapping. We are Marshall.
That's how motivating the coach was. Listen,
Yeah.
I know we're all just in a horrific accident, but I need you to go out there and at least give 87%.
Coach, who are we going to play? They're all dead.
Yeah, it was in the 70s, like 75 people died or something like that. It was like out in West Virginia. Yeah, absolutely. It's a tragedy for sure. But then, they made a movie of it. Matt McConaughey was in it. And like I'm pretty sure the movie bombed. I don't think it did well in theaters, like at all.
I mean, it doesn't have a happy ending. Let's be honest.
No, this is one of those like Blindside style movies where it starts with the tragedy.
Wait, so the whole team died in a plane crash, like on the way to a game?
I don't know if it was the whole team, but
Well, I don't see why they'd be taking two separate planes. That sounds expensive.
5 coaches, 2 athletic trainers, athletic director, 25 boosters, and an airplane crew of 5. So that's...
Oh, so it wasn't the team.
I guess not. It was just all of the...
So they played in their honor then. Okay.
No, here we go. 37 players of the Marshall University.
Well, you left out the biggest number.
Well, it's because Wikipedia has it labeled weird, and I can't read no good.
That's all the starters and most of the second string.
Right? Could you imagine like the water boy? Like, God, I'm glad I took the fucking bus. That's actually what
John
Madden?
Holly?
No, Buddy Holly and Waylon Jennings. Those were the last 2 words that they spoke to each other. Waylon Jennings was supposed to be on the airplane, but like lost a bet or something like that. So Buddy Holly took his spot in the airplane. And as they parted ways, Buddy Holly said, "I hope your bus breaks down." And Waylon Jennings shot back with, "I hope your plane crashes."
Ooh.
Yup. Yeah.
That's tough to come back
for
from.
a long time.
I bet.
Yeah, right? Like, I wasn't serious. God damn it.
I mean, he started it, too. Right. He said he hoped my bus crashed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't think the bus crashed, though. I think he just the plane crashed.
Well, yeah, because a bus breaking down it's not that serious, obviously, compared to a plane crash. So he probably should have done something with like I hope the bathroom is broke on the airplane.
Right.
And you have to hold your pee.
I hope the shitter backs up and then your airplane gets flooded with doo-doo.
Yeah. I hope that there's a bunch of turbulence and you cry in front of the hot flight attendant. I
hope you're bowl of chili on the airplane. You hit turbulence and it goes all over your suit.
Yeah. I hope you ask for Coke and they only have Pepsi products.
Right.
Something a little bit less.
Somebody said that mixing Dr. Pepper and Coke makes root beer or something like that.
Who knows? So does beer and amaretto together. That's called the Dr. Pepper shot.
Really?
Yeah. Take a light beer, a Budweiser.
Yeah. A Pilsner.
Or good old MGD Pilsner, perhaps. And you drop a shot of amaretto in there and you take it like Irish car bomb. Called the Dr. Pepper.
You got to hand it to the Irish for taking that whole drink pretty much in stride, an Irish.
I mean, what else
bomb.
we gonna call it? It's got to be some sort of bomb. They're not the only one that has
I'm
a
just
bomb.
saying that you don't go to Ireland and get the 9/11. You know.
So
like,
so that's the thing is I didn't know that. And a friend of mine went to Ireland recently. I'm like, so you gonna get an Irish car bomb? He's like, do you want me to get kicked out of the bar?
Right. Yeah.
And I didn't realize it was highly frowned upon. I was like, what if you just order a Guinness with a shot of JMO on the side,
right,
and say you want it in a really stout glass,
right? Yeah.
Take it in the bathroom,
right? Yeah. I don't know. I feel like they could come up with, you know, something just as bad, if not worse, you know, to get back at the Americans for coming up with that. But I like to think that we do it in recognition of Northern Ireland's independence from British rule. That's still happening. That's why I want them.
But also, they're not the only. You have the Vegas bomb, Jaeger bomb. You know, they're not the only bomb. It's not like we made it specially for you. And it's not like the Japanese are like a kamikaze shot. Like, that's blatantly obvious.
I'm pretty sure they do have those.
They do.
Yeah. Well, see, here's what I think what happened, right? There's a bunch of dudes standing around, kind of like the United Nations of alcoholic beverages, right?
Okay.
And they're all coming up with new ideas of what to do. And one guy comes up with a brilliant idea. He goes, hey, let's call this one the Irish car bomb. And like everybody's like, yeah, except the one Irish guy in the background's like really angry about it. He goes, and then we can call this one the
fucking Vegas bomb.
Jaeger bomb. Yeah. And
Jaeger
that
bomb.
one is the kamikaze. See, we're not singling you out.
See, told you so.
Everybody gets one.
I wonder what the first bomb was.
The first bomb? I want to.
Yeah.
Like the first ever like explosive?
No, alcoholic drink. Like that. Not just bomb. No. First alcoholic bomb.
Yeah, I don't know. I think you would have to have like explosions first, right? I don't think that they're making bombs in, you know, Edo period China when they were developing gunpowder.
It's honestly, it sounds like they figured it out in like the fucking set of American Pie. I'm sure it doesn't go back that far.
Yeah.
It seems like a very American thing in the 2000s.
Very.
Oh, yeah. Irish car bomb. Wow, well, what do you know?
Now, was it developed by the Irish, though? Did
the Irish car bomb is generally recognized as one of the first specifically named bomb cocktails invented in 1979 by Charles Brooke Cronin Oat in Connecticut.
That's so random. Connecticut.
Yeah, Norwich. Initially, it was called the Belfast car bomb.
Ooh. Yeah, I probably got to turn that down a little bit.
Yeah.
It'll be a hit on St. Patty's Day.
Yeah, Jaeger bomb started in the mid-'90s in Lake Tahoe. I'm not kidding. It's what it says.
Fucking Lake Tahoe.
Fucking didn't have that on the bingo card.
No. Those are two very random places. For really, I just wouldn't think of, you know, Lake Tahoe.
Connecticut makes sense. I could see Connecticut.
Well, possibly. I don't know.
Probably a large Irish population.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, because I mean, it's pretty close to Boston. You know, Connecticut and Boston aren't too far from each other. And there's probably some guys hiding out up there. Is Northern Ireland still part of England?
I have no idea.
I think it is.
Couldn't tell you.
Huh.
Oof.
Yeah. I don't. Northern Ireland is not part of England anymore. No, but it's part of the United Kingdom. Okay. I was just on a huge tear over the weekend of Braveheart and then The Outlaw King of Scotland's independence from England in the 1300s. Okay. It was like all I was watching because I have been grounded from any fun activities until I get the shoulder figured out. So I was like, fuck it. I'm going to go on a history tour. So I started.
What'd you learn, Michael?
Well, one, don't go to movies for any type of historical accuracy. And that, let's see, what was it? The Outlaw King the movie that came out in 2012 is the unofficial sequel to Braveheart.
What? There's a sequel to Braveheart?
It's the unofficial sequel. So you remember in Braveheart how he was betrayed by Robert the Bruce?
Yeah.
Remember? He rips off the helmet. He's like, ah, and then he's like, oh no, I've been betrayed, you know?
Yep.
So this movie is about Robert the Bruce, about that guy, right?
Yeah.
And him actually leading Scottish independence. Because Braveheart, again, is not in really any sense of the word accurate, right? So there was no betrayal at the Battle of Falkirk, right? And Robert Bruce didn't underhand William Wallace. He didn't actually even really know the guy, you know?
They really made him look like a bad guy.
Yeah.
Like a real bad friend.
Yeah. Now Robert the Bruce was kind of a dick, but he did it in a kind of a self-serving, self-preservation manner, right? So what I mean by that is like when Robert the Bruce, there's a whole family lineage of it, but it was basically him and another guy that were both heirs to the Scottish throne, right? So Robert the
Wasn't
Bruce,
his dad the guy with all the hideous warts?
Yeah, which wasn't true either. His dad's name?
He didn't look like a ashamed wizard.
No. That's the best description of that guy I've ever heard. The famed wizard.
It was ridiculous.
So Robert the Bruce's dad, guess what his name was?
Bobby the not Bobby the Bruce. Am I close?
It was, yeah. His name was also Robert the Bruce. And he was also son of Robert the Bruce.
They didn't use like second, third?
No, they just kept handing the name down.
No nicknames?
Nope. So young Bobby, right?
Now I'm confused. Which one are we talking about?
So we're talking about the one that knew William Wallace or was alive during William Wallace. Kind of. They weren't buddies like Braveheart showed. It was more like we know that he's an outlaw, right? Anyway.
Well, I don't think they're buddies at all, Michael. He betrayed him.
Well, that never happened. That wasn't real. That thing never happened in Braveheart. So the Outlaw King is the unofficial sequel because it's more of like the historically accurate than Braveheart, which isn't too hard to accomplish. But like Robert the Bruce was friends with Edward Longshanks on purpose. And he was like, hey, if I'm buddy-buddy with the King of England, I'm going to have a better chance of getting my title back as King of Scotland. So Robert the Bruce murdered the other guy who was in contention for the crown inside of a church and left him there. And then he became King of Scotland. And then once he got all of his titles and shit put together, then he told Edward Longshanks to go fuck himself. So then Edward Longshanks was like, all right, fuck me, fuck you too. And then they were mad at each other. And then there was like one battle, I think it was. Something like that. Where it was like 500 guys against like 2,000 guys. And they used the Scottish countryside to their advantage. And then they just like smoked England. And then like,
it's like Scottish 300.
Exactly. That's kind of what it was. Yeah. It was kind of lengthy getting there up to that point. You know, there's a lot of talking. But yeah, it was kind of cool. It was just fun watching the historical side of it. They do show William Wallace in the movie for a brief second.
Is it Mel Gibson?
No, they just show his decapitated head on a pike. Yeah, because that's when it takes place, is after William Wallace was captured, and then.
So he got captured, is what actually happened?
Yeah, he got captured, and then he was drawn and quartered. Just like the only like super accurate part of Braveheart was how William Wallace died. Because
that's actually what happened.
Mm-hmm.
Like the stretching and the...
Oh, yeah, that's called being drawn and quartered, and it was actually pretty common in medieval England. Yeah.
That would hurt so bad.
I know, right? So yeah, at the end of, or like in the middle of Outlaw King, they show like his arm on a pike, and then a little while later they show his head, because apparently they drawn and quartered William Wallace, and then they sent the 5 parts to the 5 corners of England, which doesn't make sense to me. You can't have 5 corners.
Sure you can.
It would be a rhombus, you know.
Yeah, of course. It's not just because it's not a square.
Yeah, I guess a rhombus has corners, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. Is England a rhombus?
I don't know. When you're getting drawn and cornered like that, can you actually get like your arms like ripped out of their sockets?
Yeah, that's usually what happens.
Oh.
Yep, they kind of pull you apart until you like tear apart, and then they usually kill you after that. It's not fun, you know. But medieval England, there wasn't a lot to do, so
dude, that was people's entertainment.
Right, exactly. Like beheading Marie Antoinette, you know, like that was, people just showed up because that was like the free you know, concert that day. Hey, we're all pre-gaming before the beheadings tonight. You want to hang out?
It's supposed to be a real doozy.
Right. What's weird to me is that, like, so I always think of Marie Antoinette and Louis, what was it, the 15th, 16th, something like that, as being like way before the Revolutionary War. They were actually killed like way after.
Yeah, like the 1800s.
1793. She was.
Oh,
dead.
Really?
Yeah. Wow. And they were still using the guillotine up until like the 1970s.
Yeah, dude.
They hung on to that one for maybe a little bit longer.
I mean, don't fuck with the classics, man.
Right. Exactly.
It works.
Is anybody sharpening this thing?
That actually did happen sometimes. Did you know that? They used it so often that it would dull, and then it wouldn't actually cut through the person completely. So they'd have to do it a couple times. Ugh.
Yeah. Dude, I think I don't think I would like being royal by any means.
Why?
Even if I was like a distant cousin. I don't know. I mean, especially back then, you know?
Don't be a dick. Just rule normal.
People got killed for being royalty for way less. If you were like the king's brother and the king pissed somebody off, they would usually go after you first. Like, we're going to kill that guy to send a message.
You also do have like 2,000 acres. You can just like live in the castle forever and not see anybody. You know? That's another option.
Would you be like one of the recluse ones? Like the
dude. I think it'd be better to be. I'd be the fucking deformed wizard guy, just chilling. Don't look at me anyways.
Wizard. Don't look at
me anyways.
the Quasimodo of kings.
No one wants anything to do with me. Just mind his business.
I'm just gonna tell everybody what to do.
I feel like it'd be way better to be royalty than a fucking like serf or peasant.
I heard something.
At least I'm not starving every day.
I heard something the other day that, and I can't remember what the fact was, but it was something along the lines like medieval peasants got more days off than we do today.
Yeah, but guess what they also didn't have? Fucking hot showers and sinks, floors, moccasins.
Basic antiseptic, you know,
toothbrush, Netflix,
polio vaccinations,
Tempur-Pedic, air conditioning.
God, that would be a bad job to have.
Skis. We got skis.
Being a doctor back then.
Yeah.
Being a doctor up until even 1940 was kind of like, you know, just taking the word for it, because that's what they think happened to Hank Williams. That the doctor that was prescribing all of his back pills wasn't actually a doctor, and he bought his degree from a traveling salesman. So he was just like pretending to be a doctor, and he like gave Hank Williams a lethal cocktail of pills to take, and it killed him in like 3 weeks.
Can't sue back then either, I guess, right?
I have a piece of paper that says I'm a doctor.
Good enough for me?
from a school? No, it's just a piece of paper that says I'm a doctor.
See? Someone signed it.
Yeah. Does that fall under conspiracy theories of the fake doctor that killed Hank Williams?
Is that a real conspiracy?
They never really proved that he was murdered because it was listed as a heart attack on his autopsy. But everybody was kind of pointing fingers. Like,
what happened to the doctor?
I think he sold his piece of paper. I don't know. I never really followed up with what happened.
I don't got it anymore. You can't sue me.
I never said I was a doctor. Never said I was a doctor. I don't know. That falls under unhinged conspiracy theories.
You got a list of some unhinged?
The Powerball lottery in the U.S. was created to catch time travelers, and the show The Lottery Ruined My Life was a warning to those time travelers, to future time travelers.
See, I like where it's headed. I don't think that I'm going to say no. And the reason why, because if you did time travel, you should know what's going to happen to you, and you're going to spend all your money on stupid shit. Therefore, you wouldn't go back, or at least make those mistakes. You wouldn't go bankrupt. You would just win the lottery and go about your business.
I understand if you run into yourself in the past, but if you're a time traveler traveling forward, aren't you then just that time traveler?
But if you're a time traveler traveling forward, how did you get the numbers?
True. Yeah. So you would have to go backwards.
You have to go backwards.
It's
the only way.
It's the whole basis of Back to the Future 2. The almanac. That's how Biff makes his money, as he steals the almanac from Marty in 1954 and then uses that to make all of his money by betting.
See? That makes sense.
It's literally the whole basis of Back to the Future.
Same thing with Hot Tub Time Machine.
Yeah, right. Yeah, Lugal.
Lugal.
Apps.
Everything.
Here's one. Lindsay Lohan actually had a twin sister who played the twin in the Parent Trap movie. But between filming and the release, the twin died in a car accident. So they marketed the film to make you think that Lindsay Lohan played both roles.
No, I'm going to squash that one too. I think Lindsay Lohan has hit some blow. I do appreciate everyone loves a comeback. I love to see Lindsay Lohan doing well. I want to see everybody do well. However, there were some low points in her life, and I feel like she would have used that twin story to gain some sympathy points to get back out on top.
Could be.
I don't think that she would have left that to secrecy.
Yeah.
I think we would have found out about that stuff by now.
Probably. Yeah. This one I like. So this one's a little crazy, right? So just bear with me. It's kind of long. And this all has to do with China and the one-child theory. You remember? I don't even know if that's real, but I remember hearing rumors about it, about how in China, to combat overpopulation, they were limiting all families to one child, right?
I think that's true, but
I don't know. I literally have never looked at it.
I think they're being underpopulated.
So this one states that the 100% Chinese army who have been nerfed by blue light are... Oh, no, this is different. Okay, so there is a theory, unhinged, that the manufacturing of all of our electronics that are coming from China are nerfing us, so making us weak by using blue light because it fucks with our sleep, right? Because seeing the blue light is supposed to mimic dawn, so you feel more awake, right? So they're purposely putting blue light in everything to bide their time before they ever decide to attack the U.S. mainland.
Hold on. So they're putting blue lights in our toys so we get more sleepy and they attack us?
Yeah, cell phones, computer screens, TV screens, everything has that blue light. And we're combating it with like the blue light glasses, right?
Yeah.
But it's supposed to make us like sleepier, right? Or less aware so they can manipulate a little bit more.
I think TikTok has done a great job of that. I don't think they need the blue lights, to be honest with you.
It adds the harmful blue light to electronics they ship around the world in order to cripple military might of other countries by wreaking havoc on their sleep cycles. Prolonged sleep deprivation in large populations can cause widespread mental illness and behavioral problems that will follow any service person into their military career. They don't have to give any electronics to their own soldiers with blue lights. They can stay in perfect sync with the circadian rhythm and avoid mental health illness and behavioral problems.
It's a lot.
It's kind of wild. The other
and they're
one
only
here,
doing it to America, though? That's the thing.
No, they're doing it to everybody except themselves.
Gotcha. Also, just a heads up. So China did have a one-child policy from roughly 1980 to 2015.
Oh, wow. Up until 10 years ago. Wow. 11 years ago. Mm-hmm. This one is where the one-child policy comes in, right? So because the one-child policy always favored male heirs instead of female heirs, right? Mm-hmm. That China was actually taking those children and training them to be basically like a bunch of black widows, right? Like the movie. Yeah. Like
I'm buying this. Yeah. I'm buying this one. No, that one makes sense.
Turn them into spies, right?
Yep.
And like super assassins.
We don't want them here, so we're going to ship them off all over the world. Mm-hmm. We're going to tell them about a certain day, Judgment Day, where the timer's going to go off in their heads. Fuck shit up.
China wanted only women super soldiers, and that the final stage of their plan for world domination was to force repopulation with the Chinese genetics by having each female soldier get pregnant with surviving U.S. males. Those children would have dual citizenship. If enough U.S. citizens had Chinese citizenship, they would then control the U.S. no matter what the end result of the war was.
I'm buying this one.
On this one was, I think my neighbor might be on crack. Because that's pretty fucking wild. That's out there. That is unhinged for sure.
Oh, for sure. But that makes sense. Well, I mean, think about it. That's a lot of kids.
Yeah, that's true.
Don't tell me you just got rid of all those kids.
Right.
It makes so much sense. Like, let's use them.
Right. Let's build an underground secret army. I can see that. Here's one. This one's kind of funny. Kind of goes back to our JFK episode, but that the first gunshot did come from Lee Harvey Oswald, but the two other ones that were heard were accidental discharges from the Secret Service fumbling their weapons, and one of them accidentally did the fatal shot on JFK. Somebody was trying to get their gun out of the holster, and then
it's funny, but no.
Little
be a funny like TV script. It'd be like a Seinfeld episode.
Yep. This one's kind of fucked up, but this is a wild one. Western dairy manufacturers put pig's milk in cheese to prevent Muslims from going to heaven after they die.
Gonna show those fuckers.
That's pretty fucked up. Here's another wild one. Skittles and M&Ms were secretly created by Big Pharma to condition kids to the idea of associating pill-shaped candies as delicious, so they become subconsciously predisposed to being addicted to pills as an adult.
I mean, I could kind of see it.
Yeah.
I'm not throwing it completely out of the water, but
I mean,
I don't know.
Yeah,
because it's more about the thought process with those pills and shit,
Right.
Like some of those kids, once they start taking Adderall, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, this is how I'm supposed to be focusing all the time." Then that's what hooks you. It's not the fucking colors and shapes.
I would think if they just use like Tic Tacs is the example there, right? Then maybe, right? But this one's weird. I don't know where the fuck this one came from, but apparently there's a theory that Finland isn't real. A high school kid made it up as a joke, and a ton of people started taking them seriously. So a little context on that. They say the Finnish people, while believing they live in Finland, are actually residing in small towns throughout Sweden, Estonia, and Russia, in remote forested areas. This is where people traveling to Finland are actually flown to.
Huh.
So a group of villages throughout 3 different countries all collectively believe that they are in Finland. And that's what they tell everybody.
So that means there's no Finland then? So
yeah,
what
Finland are real.
So who owns the area of Finland then?
So it's like
that's still land.
Sweden, Estonia, and Russia.
They just call it Finland, and they just split the money. That's not that far.
The theorists go on to claim that the Trans-Siberian Railway was built to transport the catch from the Baltic Sea to Japan under the guise of Nokia hardware, which explains why Japan is the biggest importer of Nokia products, despite the fact that few Japanese people use them. Even the name Finland proves the theory. They say it comes from the fin of a fish.
That's what Finland means?
I guess, yeah. They just made it up.
How long has Finland been a country? How long has Finland been around?
1917.
Really?
Declared its independence. 1917.
Wow.
Yeah, right around.
Isn't it kind of crazy that there's a lot of countries that really aren't that old?
Right.
I mean, like Poland, Italy.
Right. Yeah, that is kind of weird to think about. What are some of the other ones here? Albert Einstein didn't exist. He was just a character played by Marilyn Monroe.
Come on now.
This one's funny. Flat earthers don't actually believe that the earth is flat. It's just one long joke, and they're all just trolling us to make us.
I'm sure there's some people that do that on purpose just to get a rise. You know?
Yeah, there's got to be like one or two, you know.
Yeah. Do you know about the Antarctica one?
No.
Antarctica is really fucking weird. So, well, just a little history about Antarctica. So there's a bunch of maps from like the 1500s that they found that were drawn for the sources of those maps from the 1500s were taken from various different older maps, and they put it together. And on this map, you could see that Antarctica is drawn out. But we, as a culture, didn't know about Antarctica until the 17 or 1800s.
Really?
So, yeah. Oh. And it's weird because like this, people think it's like, oh, maybe just South America. But if you look at it, like it's drawn out perfectly of how the Antarctica is shaped, which is weird. Yeah. But there's also there's some that is true. But the weird conspiracy theories that I don't believe, but some people say that like it's if you go past the forbidden mountains of Antarctica, there's actually a lot of green grass and woolly mammoths, and it's just a whole different world that we haven't seen. And apparently there's also a hole there where you can get down, and then that's where they find the lizard people too. Yeah,
I have heard of that part with like people flying over and seeing it or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Hey, Poppy, knock it off. I have to edit that part out. Poppy didn't like that. She believes in Antarctica as it is.
It's weird, man. It
is weird. Antarctica in and of itself is weird. I mean, most of like the Nazi party during World War II spent a lot of time looking and like going through Antarctica.
Yeah.
What the fuck is there? You know, like if there wasn't something there, why would they waste their finite resources on something like that? You know?
Dude, that's what's weird. So let me start off by saying this. Fuck Hitler. He's a terrible person.
Mm-hmm.
Not condemning it. He was after some weird shit.
You do condemn it. You don't condone it.
Condone it. Yes,
Yeah.
we can edit that part too. Yeah. I love the Jews. But anyways, he was looking after some weird shit. He was looking out for the Ark of the Covenant. He was looking for giants. He was trying to figure out what's going on in Antarctica. Like, he was looking for some weird historic artifacts.
Yeah.
He was on meth a lot. He was cracked out of his mind all the time.
Well, there's the theory, right, that the doctors were anti-Third Reich, so they were purposely giving him methamphetamine to make him go crazy. You ever hear that one?
No.
Yeah, the doctors hated him and didn't support anything but like to retain their life. Basically, they just kept giving him,
slowly poisoned him.
Yeah, there was one story. So I'll let you get back to this here in a second. This is just a really funny story, though. So in one of the battles between Germany and Russia during World War II, one of the Russian soldiers found all of the speed that the Nazi soldiers were given, right? Mm-hmm. They would give them speed so they would stay up longer and be, more blitzkrieg, right? So the Russian soldier got a hold of this, and it was like him versus like 50 guys, and he ate the whole bottle of speed.
My gosh.
And this guy went berserk. Killed everybody, was up for like 4 days, just like picking off Nazis left and right, like the whole time until he finally came down, and I think he like
died. Did he have a heart attack?
No, he survived the whole thing from what I remember of the story, but
God,
just ate a bunch of meth. Sorry.
They would do that for their soldiers, though. They would just fucking give them a bunch of meth.
They did that in fucking Vietnam. The U.S. was given the what they were called, the LARPers, the long range recon patrollers. They would give them speed, so they would stay up for a long time.
I don't blame them.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Yeah, some of Hitler and like the occult stuff, though, right? Like looking for, like you said, the Ark of the Covenant. I think there's also some stuff about looking for like the Stargate shit.
Yeah, giants. He was into giants. And I think also there was something else. Oh my gosh. Oh, it's escaping me. But I think he was actually looking for something in Antarctica too. Yeah. Not Antarctica. Shit. Like Argentina, Chile area. I think something in South America.
Yeah,
there's something that's tickling his fancy down there that they found.
Too surprised about.
I think it had something to do with aliens.
There's a lot. Yeah, I think there was like a 3-part History Channel series about that. Oh, the Spear of Destiny. That's what it was. The spear that killed Jesus. That's the
he was looking for that too.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
What a name for that. That's what they named
Destiny. It. Yeah. Yeah, because this one is that the Spear of Destiny wasn't made up by comic books for the Marvel Universe. Hitler was actually looking for one.
Wow.
And yeah, it's like it was the spear that finally killed Jesus when he was on the cross.
Yeah.
That spear was also in like the Ark of the Covenant or with it, type of thing. And that Hitler was looking for it. Do you think like the OSS, so the OSS was the precursor to the CIA. Do you think they like knew about this, and part of them were kind of like, listen, it's not real because we already looked into it, but like, let's not tell him. Let's let him waste his time on this while we take down the Third Reich.
I don't know, man, because what if he was trying to get in bed with the Italians because he wanted to get with the Vatican? Because let's be honest, because like, yeah, we always blame the CIA and all this other stuff, but the CIA has only been around for 100 years, not even 100 years, 70 years, maybe. Mm-hmm. And so like there was a lot of history before 70 years ago. So someone had to fill the CIA in on shit of what's actually going down. So who's actually like the keepers of the records?
Right.
And I kind of point to the Vatican in some regards, but I'm sure there's something before them too.
Yeah. Well, I mean, let's see. Out of everybody that didn't join the Nazi Party, right? And this is just strict World War II history, right? It was only Italy and Mussolini that teamed up.
Yeah, but they turned on them. Germany turned on Italy. Mm-hmm. And they put a bunch of Italians in concentration camps and stuff over there.
Which I always thought was like, what was Mussolini thinking? Like, oh yeah, these guys got it. The whole world is against them, but I'm betting all my chips on red.
Well, I mean, think about it, dude. This is your next door neighbor. Mm-hmm. He's acting crazy as shit. He's the biggest, strongest one on the block.
Right.
And he's putting his arm around you. You know? America's not in the fight yet. You don't understand that one of the guys on the block has a bigger cousin that's living across the town.
Well, shit, if I knew that, I wouldn't have hung out with him.
Exactly. You're thinking my crazy neighbor has got this giant mammoth Russia behind him too. Like, yeah, of course I'm going to join sides with them. They're probably going to win.
Yeah, and it was, I mean, at that point, probably survival mode, which is exactly what this is, right? Like, I just found a thread on this. How did Hitler get along with the Vatican while exterminating, right? Vatican was in survival mode. So, and like with Operation Paperclip, you know, like it's not outrageous to think that, you know, they inherited all that information, right, from scientists, right? So like going with that theory, right, the OSS, who obviously brought in a ton of like Nazi scientists, right, afterwards, probably did a huge debrief about what they learned inside the Vatican when they were, you know, controlling Italy, because they probably
I don't know, because
somewhere,
maybe not everything, because if you're working on rockets, you don't need to know anything about the Ark of the Covenant or Hitler's whereabouts with that.
Not like those scientists specifically, right? But everybody that the U.S. inherited, you know, through
gotcha.
Paperclip, that one.
Someone's got to know something.
Had to know something about something.
I see what you're saying. Yeah,
and they probably got all that. One of the other funny ones on here from Unhinged conspiracy theories is that DB Cooper wasn't real. He never existed. The flight crew made up the whole thing to get the money. And all they did was throw 2 parachutes and like a third of the cash out the back of the airplane and landed and kept all the money for themselves. But it
wasn't really that much money to begin with, wasn't it?
I don't know how much DB Cooper got away with.
I think it was like I think it was like a couple million in today's time.
Yeah, adjusted for inflation. 200,000 in ransom. So that would be 1.6 million in 2025.
That seems like a lot of work to split 1.6 like 8 ways.
Yeah. They only found 5,800 supposedly. Well, that they had tied to DB Cooper. Whether it is, I think it was though, because didn't they take the serial numbers of that?
That I don't know. I do know that they said that they found some cash buried near like one of the rivers.
Yeah,
where they think he dropped.
Do you? I mean, what are your thoughts on DB Cooper?
Smooth motherfucker. Smooth, calm as a cucumber. If I'm involved with the heist, I want that man on my team. Him and Nick Cage be done in no time.
Do you think do you think it's actually like real? Do you believe the story of DB Cooper? Like he actually got away with it?
I don't have a reason not to. Mm-hmm. I think it was pretty. You had a bunch of witnesses where they're like, "We got off the plane. We don't know why we got off the plane. They went back up." It sounds like he had some of the suspects in mind had some military training when it came to parachuting, anyways. And so probably knew what he was doing. It sounded like he took a leap because he dropped much lower than you're supposed to make like a safe drop. But
yeah,
you know, if you're an expert in doing that,
Right. So for the uninitiated who don't know about DB Cooper, I don't know how many listeners don't know about DB Cooper, but for the sake of education, DB Cooper was an unidentified man who hijacked Northwest Orient lines in 1971. Told the flight crew he had a bomb, demanded $200K and 4 parachutes once he landed in Seattle. And then he took off again and said he wanted to fly to Mexico City with a refueling stop in Reno. But then somewhere along the way, as the reports state, he opened the back, loading door of the airplane and hopped out in the middle of the night, and supposedly got away with it
did this without ever yelling, raising an arm, no guns, nothing.
Yeah,
quiet, whispered the whole time.
He sat in the back, didn't he?
Yeah,
he had, his suit and sunglasses on.
Fucking ate his peanuts and smoked his cigarettes.
Yeah. And that's all that was left was the wrapper of that and 4 burnt out cigarettes or something like that. Yeah. I remember it was when we were living together.
Also very different times.
1971. Yeah. You can kind of do whatever the fuck you want on an airplane. And
I think that's also probably why he only did it once. Because think about it. He only did it once and no one ever's tried to do it again.
Right.
There's been no DB Cooper, repeats.
Right. Or copycat.
Yeah, nothing.
Yeah. Yeah, well, and then there was a History Channel show about DB Cooper where supposedly they were going to release all this brand new information never before released about DB Cooper. And then the episode ended with, yeah, we don't really know anything more than we already did. I remember being so pissed about it. I just sat through 4 episodes of this shit, and you guys are telling me nothing that I already know.
Well, yeah, I remember that.
What there was
also, he had to have done something after this because let's be honest, that's not enough money to retire.
No,
he had to have a day job. What do you think he did with the money? You think he invested it in some sort of businesses?
Maybe he got really into racing and he joined the Ford company and put all that money into making race cars.
I like to think my DB Cooper moved down to Mexico or Margaritaville and opened up a bar named Margaritaville and inspired a young Jimmy Buffett to go on his music career.
Yeah. I like to picture my DB Cooper as the one who funded the start of the Allman Brothers. It just found him hanging out, and started all of Southern rock, including Leonard Skinner. Do you know that that's a whole part of Joe Dirt too? Was Joe Dirt discovering Leonard Skinner?
How?
I don't know. I've never seen Joe Dirt 2. I never watched the movie.
Oh, Joe Dirt 2.
Yeah, this clip came up on YouTube. Joe Dirt discovers Leonard Skinner. And I don't know. Again, I don't know the premise of the movie, but he walks into a bar. He's like, hey, man, that looks a lot like Ronnie Van Zant. And turns out it is him. So he's hanging out with, what are they called? The Wildcats or something like that at the time. And he's like, no, you got to change your name. You got to do it like Leonard Skinner, but spell it funny. And they're like, no, that's a stupid name. And it's like him trying to tell Leonard Skinner how to become popular without actually not doing it.
Why did they land on Leonard Skinner? What does it mean?
Name of their gym teacher.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah. And they didn't like him or something like that, so that's why they changed the name.
Leonard Skinner, deliberate misspelling of Leonard Skinner.
Yep.
High school gym teacher notoriously strict about enforcing school rules, including banning long hair for boys.
Yeah. Now, crazy story about the Leonard Skinner plane crash.
You think he's a fan of the band, the actual Leonard Skinner?
I think somebody tried to interview him back in Skinner's heyday and refused to do any interviews and even said that there's no connection or something like So the night that Skinner's airplane went down, they crashed like in a field, kind of, there was like in between two fields, and it was like a forest. And I want to say it was the drummer, one of the survivors, right, from the plane crash, realizes that he's got to go for help. So he's like all fucked up, obviously, from being in a plane crash. And he's walking across the field. And a farmer that saw the crash sees this guy walking up covered in blood, right? Long-haired hippie freak. Farmer shoots him.
Seriously?
Yeah, the farmer shot the guy. And he was like, wait a second. I'm part of a plane crash that happened on your property. I need help. And then he was like, oh, shit, my bad. And like he was end up being the one that called the paramedics for them to show up.
This guy's been in a plane crash and somehow there's a bullet wound on him too.
Yeah,
something in the
so weird.
So weird. Someone shot him while the plane was going down.
Yeah, it was the drummer, Artemis Pyle. That was his name. Yeah,
come the right force.
Shot in the shoulder by a farmer as he stumbled through the field.
What would be worse, the plane crash or getting shot?
I mean, that is like the definition.
That's a bad day.
Insult to injury right there.
Do you think at that point you even felt the gunshot? Like, yeah, dude, I just fucking fell 30,000 feet out of the sky.
I don't know. Yeah, that fucking
nothing's gonna hurt me
though. Yeah, the appearance of Pyle alarmed the 21-year-old farmer who mistook him for an escaped convict and fired a warning shot over his head. And then it hit him in the shoulder. Accounts may differ on this, but the farmer also refutes the claim of him being shot when he was interviewed in 2002. Yeah, he realized what was going on when they shouted, but that's pretty fucking funny. Hey, my plane crashed. Get off my land.
He's coming right for us.
I yelled it.
You heard me. You heard me.
Out of jail free card. All you have to yell is they're coming right for us.
Bam.
Oh, man. That would suck. That's a bad day. Yeah, I don't know.
It certainly is.
I mean, if DB Cooper did survive, I mean, he really flew under the radar.
He had to have survived. How else would he bury the money?
Well, they think that some of the money fell out of the pack and it landed on the beach, and then it just washed
buried. It was buried.
Was it buried?
Yeah, they found some buried.
I didn't realize it was like buried. I always thought it was just like it fell out of his pack, and like landed on the beach, and then over, time it just became buried.
Nope.
Let's see. This guy thinks that he opened a little Airbnb and that it was destroyed by Mount St. Helens. It's kind of fun, I guess.
Yeah. I like to picture my DB Cooper going into the barbecue business and open up a little barbecue shop.
Yeah.
Right there. Best brisket in town.
Not DB Cooper's.
Yeah. DB's BBQ.
DB Cooper survived and made his money off of using the title DB Cooper Everything, just like how they did Area 51, Alien Cafe, This is DB Cooper's walking tour where we take you through all the sites where he could have gone if he was alive.
DB Cooper's escape room.
Right. Exactly.
Now hear me out. You're in the back of a plane.
Right. And you have to get out. Or, maybe he wrote a book about DB Cooper. If I did it,
If it was me.
Right? Just like what why am I blanking on his name? O.J. Simpson, his book, If I Did It.
Oh yeah, dude. Like, come on.
Well, there's it there. Weren't you the one that was telling me that O.J.'s kid is the one who did it?
That was not me.
No? So who was telling me? Somebody told me that it was actually O.J. Simpson's kid was the one that killed Nicole whatever. Yeah. Something
OJ's
about
son.
something about like how his son was like actually crazy or like schizophrenic or something like that, and didn't like that his mom was cheating on OJ. So he was the one that actually killed him. And then OJ did what he did with like the Bronco chase and like the whole thing to give his son time to like cover up the rest of it.
I mean, that's kind of explains a little bit more about why he came out with a book called If I Did It. If he was actually innocent this whole time.
Yeah. Let's see.
So can he be tried still? Can Jason be tried for the murder? Or is like just since OJ was found innocent, like that's it?
Yeah, I think that's it. I don't know. They would have to have some really compelling evidence. Like fingerprints or hair or something, and they would have to like reopen the case. But I think at this point, he would have just gotten away with it. Let's see. Okay, so O.J. Simpson didn't kill Nicole and Ron. It was his son, Jason. He was a sous chef, quite literally had a set of knives on him that very night. Bom, bom, bom. He had a punch-out ticket to clock out at work, but that night he didn't use it. His time that he left was written in for the first time ever. So nobody knows really when he actually left. He lied about his whereabouts, said he was with his girlfriend. Later came out during the civil disposition that he had lied. Then he claimed he was at home alone after work. Had absolutely no alibi for the time of the murders.
Mm-hmm.
When this line of questioning took place, Jason got very nervous, and then the lawyer asked what was going on and immediately took a break, came back from break, and this line of questioning was not revisited. He was supposed to cook for Nicole and the kids that night. Nicole changed her mind and went to another restaurant instead, which made him mad. He had rage issues, just like his dad. Jason, at the time of the murders, was on probation for threatening a prior boss with a knife. He threatened suicide to a girlfriend in an argument and stabbed himself. He attended the Army and Navy Academy, trained with a knife. Let's see. There's like a bunch of other stuff on here. Like
I don't know, man. There's a lot of evidence going to. I mean, even the blood in OJ's car.
Mm-hmm.
I know. There's OJ was sketchy himself, going over to Chicago, and
yeah. I mean, this is like a 5-page dissertation.
Wasn't even sad when she died. He wasn't like, "Oh man, how'd she die?" She was just like, "Oh, okay."
So, like the synopsis here. So this theory is that Jason, in his rage, went to Nicole's home to confront her about dinner, skipping out on it, realized what was happening with Ron, went back and got a knife from his Jeep, came back in, killed in rage. Jason didn't give a shit about his stepbrother and sister who were also sleeping in the house. He just raged out. Then he called his dad and then started messing with the crime scene. And then that's why some of his stuff is there. The knit cap that OJ supposedly wore had dog hairs in it, which were unexplained. Yeah, there's like a bunch of shit about this. I would have to look more into it to like decide one way or another, but that'd
be kind of cool if OJ would have said something on his deathbed.
It was boo. That's what I always envision my last words being. I buried the gold in the
a huge cliffhanger
that they would never know.
Give me the defibrillators
the whole time,
or just write like a treasure map riddle for people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm going to have to look into this. This might be an interesting one.
Okay.
To, future date. I would really have to do my homework on this though, because like I literally just read all that for the first time. I had no idea that there was so much shit about it.
Never heard about that either.
It was the Kardashians because they knew that if they were a part of it, they would get everything that they had today because Kris Jenner is a time traveler and won the lottery. to be part of the whole thing so he could set up his family for future success. But
I wouldn't be surprised there's something fucking weird about the Kardashians. Let's be honest.
But Kanye fucked it all up. They didn't anticipate Kanye coming into the mix.
As he does.
Right. So they've had to change strategies a little bit. Nobody saw him turning into a Nazi. I'm just saying. Nobody saw that.
Well, we kind of did. Let's be honest.
But he dropped College Dropout. I don't think anybody had that on the the Kanye bingo card.
But we all saw where it was going.
Oh, yeah.
Is what I'm saying.
For sure. Yeah. He kind of eased into it. I mean, College Dropout was a great album. That was a pretty pivotal moment in my high school music.
I was never a big Kanye guy.
2004. Yeah.
Never did it for me.
Well, it wasn't me. It was my brother listening to College Dropout because we would drive to school together. So he was always playing whatever was in his car. So that's
not a good song to be playing in high school. You know, like looking forward to being a college dropout.
True. I mean, I almost was.
I'd be a little nervous if I was a parent and like, oh, shit. Right? Is what they're listening to?
Oh, man. Now they're all going to fail out of school. Oh, jeez.
I ain't paying for that shit.
Let's turn on Maroon 5 instead. How about that?
Should we start the Midwest goodbye?
We shall. It's almost summertime, Pap. We're almost there.
I know.
The weather don't feel like it, but we're almost there. My birthday's coming up. It's almost June.
Right around the corner.
Yeah.
I got to figure out what to do with these new roommates of mine here, Michael.
I know. Where's the saga currently?
I don't think they're in the house, but I'm not sure. So last Friday, my windows are open all the time if it's above 50 degrees. Mm-hmm. And I went to go kind of play with the windows, open them a little bit more. And in two of my windows, there's two perfect holes for the size of a squirrel in the two of the screens. And there's little footprints around the windows, too. So I know they've been inside.
Are they stealing anything? Does like your wallet go missing or any cheese or anything?
I haven't seen anything yet, but I don't know. They could be anywhere.
Do you think your Ninja Turtle action figures are coming into life and they're battling it out with the squirrels every night? Trying to keep...
God willing.
God, that would be awesome, wouldn't it?
God willing,
a real Toy Story style event where they come alive.
I hope they just stay away from my fish.
Maybe they're making deals with the fish. Maybe they know of some big global catastrophe and they're trying to make an alliance with the fish. And your fish is the emissary for all other fish.
I don't know if there's a global catastrophe, I wouldn't tell a single fish in a gallon fish tank. Nowhere else to go. Who's he going to tell?
Maybe you're bringing some rough drafts by.
I just want to know why they're trying to get inside so bad. What's going on out there in their world where they're trying to sneak in here so bad?
Yeah, I don't know. And if they're not taking anything, they're not getting into your cupboard.
Not yet. Not that I've seen.
Yeah.
Not that I've seen.
Haven't seen anything chewed through? No little marks? Little squirrel teeth?
I think I'm going to make some little booby traps. I don't know. I was thinking about putting some glue traps, but then they're going to get stuck.
Right. Well, you might get stuck to them too.
Well, yeah, exactly. Yeah, then we got a real problem. Then we're both stuck together.
Ah, shit.
Yeah. Both of us stuck together.
We're quite the pickle here, Chippy. we got to get ourselves out of this mess. They're coming right for us.
Turns in my pet after a night of us two.
A real bonding event, and so this is how me and the squirrel became besties.
Yeah. Do I try to lure them in with some peanuts and get some sort of booby trap?
Yeah, I'm only hesitant to do that because that means they would have to be inside for sure. You'd have to invite them in, and then that's opening up a can of worms. of other critters. Now you got a whole critter problem in your house because you got chipmunks in there now. You know, the squirrels are telling their friends, starting to charge cover at the door. You know, you walk in.
True.
You know, now your kitchen is Studio 54 of the animal kingdom, you know? Turn the lights on. Oh, shit, scatter. You know?
My dad said I should get some barbed wire. So they try to chew through the barbed wire and see what happens.
That's
vicious, isn't it?
It's a pretty aggressive stance. I mean, if there's a one and done solution, I think that would be it, you know? But I think there might be some did you try hanging a sign? No admittance. no squirrels allowed.
Keep out one squirrel allowed.
I think you need to first start with a security camera and put a security camera somewhere so you can catch them. Find out what they're doing in there. Yeah, I
don't know. Maybe, I think they're
hiding from like a hawk, you know? They just come into your house, hang out, watch TV, Netflix.
Turn on the channel, see what's on.
Walking into a bunch of really stoned squirrels. Hey, man, pizza. Who's this guy? Get out of here. Go on. Go on, get.
And pass that, my God.
Right. You guys are hogging all of it. You have no etiquette. This is my house.
Fucking squirrels.
Well, I think I can run down to my local Ace Hardware or my local Menards, and I think we should just buy a bunch of traps, a bunch of different options.
I want some sort of catapult thing where just somehow the squirrel gets in it and shoots it right back out the window.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Like a squirrel trebuchet?
Kind of.
Yeah. That would be cool.
To really see a flying squirrel.
Because then they would go into the bucket and the weight would release the hook that would set off the counterweight, and then they go flying. Only to land in somebody else's kitchen by breaking through the window. And then your neighbor's mad because you're launching squirrels at them.
I didn't launch squirrels. The squirrels did it themselves.
Do you think they're going to believe you if you did that?
Yeah, after I show them the trap and everything. Yeah.
And then
I'll be like, come on, I'll show you what I'm working with.
And then he's going to launch chipmunks at you. And then we got a whole medieval siege.
It's going to be one hell of a summer, let me tell you.
I've been at a rodent battling contest for the last 2 months.
Launching squirrels at my neighbor.
Yeah.
Past 6 weeks. Started dousing them in paint.
On the side of my house, it was all red, blue, and yellow, and
just squirrels hitting the fucking brick.
I've had 4 rabies shots in the last 6 weeks. These fuckers come in biting and thrashing. It's terrible. Used up all my PTO at work. Oh boy! All right, well, I'm gonna go down to Ace. I'll let you know what I find.
All right, I'll check out Home Depot.
All right, we'll circle back.
All right.
Thank you for listening to another episode of the Common Professionals podcast. All music, content, and media used in this production are original creations and are owned by the Common Professionals.